Yeah,
to evaluate?
probably fairly consistent. Yeah, we're hardly game ready, and first time we had officials out here, so I ran out of paper for penalties. A lot to clean up there, but I think overall the effort was good. The guys have been solid. Lot to work on still.
Right now, looking at quarterback, is this a typical day that you've seen through now 9 practices?
It's probably a fair assessment. Yeah, just again, like everything, not consistent enough at this point, and it's we're just going to keep working. Every snap's really important for us right now.
What gets you to that level of consistency that you want?
Practice. Meetings are important. They'll have a good opportunity to learn from this today. When we sit down tomorrow and look at the tape, that's obviously a big part of this whole thing. But the trick is to see things on tape, and then how well can you process it individually, and then get on the field and go to work. And that's the biggest thing. And that's individually and collectively. So, it's just a process.
Samari getting some first team work. Kind of what stood out to you so far about him?
Yeah, he's done a really nice job. I think I mentioned yesterday, LaShawn had some soft tissue stuff. So he did a good job in bowl prep last year. He did a good job all fall. But in bowl prep, we kind of saw him making a big step, and it continued in the spring. And he's done the same thing the last 9 practices now. So he's got a great attitude. I can't see his face when he runs the ball. I'm always standing behind him, but I'm guessing he's smiling. Like he just runs like he's smiling all the time. He enjoys doing what he does.
It looked like Brendan Sullivan had a really nice 2-minute drill there.
Yeah.
Is he catching up with enough?
We'll see. That's a good thing. We got a couple of weeks here to really evaluate the team. But, I think he's, considering he got here in June, he's making up for some lost ground. And you compare the two guys, Cade hasn't played in 2 years, basically, whereas, Sully has played. He's been out there and playing a little bit. So that's again, where the repetitions are really important for us right now, and especially in team situations are really important. Yeah, I think we're just going to let the guys keep playing. All 3 guys keep playing, and I'll go back 4th of July. The weather's crappy. I was in and out. Actually watched NFL Network a little bit. We got that channel now, for at least 2 years at the house. So we're living big. We got YouTube, YouTube TV, and it was the first Super Bowl year, first one, I think, maybe the second, first one. And Bradshaw was a young player who really. Remember, they played Houston. I think he was 2 out of 14, but the leading rusher, and that was him. And then I walked in a couple hours later. They were up to 79, and he's the reason they won that one. Probably him and John Stallworth. So with quarterbacks, you just got to let them keep playing and see what they can do. But we're gonna keep giving all 3 guys good reps.
What gave you some optimism about how McNamara plays today?
Yeah, I think he's progressing. He's progressing and getting more comfortable. Just not to make fun of 7-on-7, but it's got its place. But 7-on-7 is not real football, just like one-on-one stuff. And to me, playing quarterback, comes a point where you got to have 11 guys on the field, both sides working. He's got reads that are hard. Plus, you got to feel the pocket and the rush and all those kinds of things. So, I'm not an expert on quarterbacks. To me, that's kind of what he's missed, being in those scrimmage situations.
It seemed like you were getting a push in the run game, at least a little better on the offensive line than last Kids Day. Do you like what you saw from the run game? At
times there were some good things there. And right now, everything's kind of sporadic, but we're more mature than we've been, and that's reason for optimism. And I think the good thing about our whole team right now, only there's anybody on our team that can't get better, and that's how we need to be thinking. Whether it's the defensive guys that are pretty veteran, or the offensive guys that really we haven't done it in a scrimmage situation, where it counts. Like this counts, but it doesn't count, and that's the next step.
Cade looked a little mobile today. He had a few runs and it looked like it was all smooth, and he wasn't worried about that knee or anything.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. But that's easy for me to say. I'll go way back when Greenway had his ACL. Remember, he was cleared. He came back. I think it was in October, late October, something like that. It still took him probably about a month where he looked like Chad Greenway again. Like, he was cleared. He was going. His strength was better than it was before it was repaired. But you got to gain confidence in it. And to do that, again, that team situations are really important. You don't get that in 7-on-7. So that's why this time's really important for him. The one more reason it is. And the knee's good, but it's just, you got to get that confidence back.
How special is it to me with the kid captains before?
Oh, yeah. I don't know who deserves the credit, but we need to find out and make sure they get the credit they deserve. just like Anita Young with the wave. It just Anita Young, Krista Young in Anita. Got my names mixed up here. But it's just such a great concept. And I don't know how many years, it's like 12, 13, 14. But what a nice concept. And I'm glad I'm not on the judge to have to pick 12, because there's a lot of good nominations, I know. A lot of good stories, and one of our own, John and Brooke with Hunter here. That's pretty cool.
Luke Lachey wasn't in the 11 on 11. Any update with him, and Xavier Walker was not available?
Yeah, Xavier's he's been nursing an injury. Not whole camp, but part of camp. Luke came up a little sore yesterday. Sort of held him out, but he's fine. He's doing good.
What about the wide receivers?
He's gotten a lot of work, obviously.
Okay. What do you think about the wide receivers?
Work in progress, but a lot to learn, especially the next 2 weeks. This is a really big 2 weeks for us right now. Really good opportunity. And, again, I got a pretty good feeling what Higgins and Jackson are going to do over there. The receiver room's just the opposite. We're not sure who's going to do what. But I think there's some good potential. And just, this is a time where somebody's got to step up and really kind of show they're ready to go.
Is Washington working at receiver now?
Both ways. Yeah,
What's your
both
thoughts
ways.
on him today?
TJ's a football player. We talked about Kamari. Both those guys, same age, same position. And one thing both of them impressed us last year. Like, these guys like playing football. They love being in the building. They just always are upbeat and good attitude, and they both are very talented. So, TJ may do both. At some point, we're going to have to probably limit his reps a little bit. We've worked on more receiver only because he got all the running back reps last year. So we wanted to get him caught up there, and then we'll just see what the roster looks like. But, he's in the mix. He's a really good player.
Did you get any word on TJ Hall? It looked like he came down with the lower leg.
Sounds like an ankle. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a big one, so that's good news. Yeah. So far, so good. Yep. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and anytime a player makes a bad decision, I know he's remorseful about it. It'll be the standard. What we've done typically is a 1-game suspension, and then the guys will be on the scout team that week, and then Friday and Saturday they do community service, so they won't be at the games, and that's kind of been the standard. And I think we all understand this is the line's been drawn, and it's going to be double jeopardy moving forward, but hopefully we don't have to go down that path. We're just enough of that. It's just it's unfortunate and not smart.
You haven't had much of it though, Reeves.
It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time, and we just don't want to go down that road again. So, we've had plenty of guys come through that have had fun. But you got to be smart too, especially in this day and age. It's luckily nobody's been harmed. Yep.
How do you kind of balance with the offense accountability and also hey guys, we need to start getting this together, we need to start piecing it together, but also understanding they're still learning a brand new offense.
Yeah.
How do you kind of keep them grounded on that?
Well, it's just part of the process. I hate to overuse that word, and it's probably overused tremendously, but it's step by step. And we have a standard in our minds, but also we're not going to get there overnight. So it's just about progressing, moving forward, and doing it as fast as you can. You have to be patient, but at the other side, you can always do more, always move a little faster. So, that's the challenge that's in front of us right now. But I think we should have time if we're stay healthy and just keep getting better.
2 more questions.
Is Kate kind of in the pocket? Is he able to just sling it the way he can, or is he stepping and using?
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to earlier. I think when you throw 7-on-7, it's easy because there's nothing in front of you. And I shouldn't say easy, but it's easier. When you got guys rushing you, it's a whole different dynamic. So that's part of this process, and it ties in with getting confidence in your lower body, things that are like that. And then, making quick decisions. I'm no expert on quarterback play. I think sometimes guys try to do too much instead of just taking maybe what's there and available. And that's easier said than done. I can tell you from watching and hearing quarterbacks getting critiqued 44 years. That's always a challenge. But that's part of just getting the work in and getting back to where you're in that rhythm and you feel comfortable. And the good thing with him, we've seen him do it on film against good competition. So it's just a matter of working back there and getting there. And Brandon, kind of the same way. Not exactly. I mentioned he played great against Maryland a year ago before we played him. So. Yeah, he's done it, and now, for all players, how consistent can you be doing it? That's the challenge all of us run.
I know he was. I think he got in for maybe a series with the Warrens on offense that Brendan did.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate that increasing going forward?
I don't. You know, we'll figure the numbers out, but we want to keep working them, obviously, and that's the other part of the equation. Don't read too much into it, but it's to get a fair assessment of a guy. Yeah, you got to let them work. You know, he's with the one offense, but he's going against the one defense, or is it the two defense? And we work a lot more one versus one typically. We'll break away from that every now and then, you know, this time of year. So you got to factor all that stuff into and just, you know, try to get a good, see where guys really at.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Okay, guys, thank you.